welcome to Dog Pound D&D, where most of the things are made up, and the money usually doesn't matter. But hopefully it's fun. We do lots of interesting things. And our good buddy down there, Cal, is going to tell us what we did last time. Because, boy, was it an adventure.
Didn't we do? All right,
You were
so
outside the gates for a long time.
Yeah. So we had intel that some of the demons from Sea Falls had run away to Ulford. So we came to Ulford and tried to get in, and all the guards were like, no. So we milled around on the outside of Ulford for a while, trying to figure out how we were going to breach their walls and sneak into their city because they weren't going to let us in because Ulford and Seaford hated each other. And then we met Much, who either became the party pet or tried to attack everyone. I'm not really sure what was going on out there. But like half the party got assaulted by Much. And then we kind of tricked him into leaving us alone, and Luca got us into the city with his spells. And then we snuck into somebody's house and heard a disturbance from the next house. So like the entire party home invaded that guy, who I think was just trying to go on a date. He was just a man that wanted to go out on a date.
Yes,
Yep.
that is correct. From all the information you have obtained, that is all he was trying to do.
But one thing we did learn from him is that the guards all have this sigil on their wrists. And it seems like the citizens also have this sigil, but we're not really sure what that means. Oh, there's Much, suddenly much larger and in the city.
Illustrative purposes.
And then we were trying to plot what we were going to do next, because we're not really sure what the sigil means. We don't know if it's an Ulford thing or a demon thing. We have intel that maybe the wizards and the priests are involved with the demons, but we don't know about the people in the city. And I think that's, we're sort of standing outside this guy's house. I can't remember what we did to the guy. I don't think it was good. I don't think he went on his date.
Yeah, how did you knock him out? I forget how exactly you accomplished it. I
We
just know you
definitely knocked
did.
him out. And then I left a note for him with 1 platinum.
One platinum's a lot of money.
Yeah,
And it
but
is
we felt
relatively
bad.
generous. He's gonna be really confused though, because I don't think it's very common for people to be mugged and then given money.
Well, we didn't mug him.
I mean, from his point of view.
We were just talking to him inside of his own house without
Just
any-
aggressively talking. to
Aggressively
him.
talking. Aggressively.
Well, we walked into the man's house without him inviting us in, but
Just want to talk.
is that not normal here in Ulford?
No.
Where I'm from, it's fine.
To where I'm from. You just walk into everyone's homes every day.
Yeah.
But also he was
Seeming to do something.
yelling at us, wasn't it? Like he was yelling that we weren't from the city and trying to get the city guards, right?
Well, he was trying to get the city guards' attention. We kind of shooed them away.
And then there was the prostitute, but I don't remember whether we got any information from her or not.
Her. I don't know. You spoke to her.
Yeah, what did you learn? Did you take any notes?
Probably not.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really warn you, so fair enough. If you don't take notes, I didn't take notes either, so it's gone forever.
Oh, okay. I
And
mean,
this-
Tiberius is a genius, but oh, who is he right now?
What was he? What?
Because remember, we all transformed into other people. Oh yeah, he's Mila. Mila's not very smart. You got to put on the character, so she
Yes.
did not take notes.
We'll get rid of the meat pile. 15 loot points for everybody for the lovely things. If I don't know if you were here, Kyle, or not before. After this session, everybody gets their level, so have fun with that. You guys, it is trending towards the evening. The sun isn't starting to set yet, but it's almost starting to set. You have it, last I saw, closed the door and locked the guy back in his house, unconscious, while deciding what to do. Go ahead.
Well, we should definitely hide somewhere.
I can concur with that.
If we need, I can make my library again.
I think that's the safest place for us to hide, since that.
Where should I put the door for the library?
I mean, no one else can open the door unless you
True.
specifically let them in, so. As long as the door is not visible or an object they can run into, I don't think it exactly matters, but if you want to make the door, like, I don't know. I seldom think someone's going to investigate a tree, so if you want to make the door against the tree over there, then do so.
Oh, that's a smart idea. We'll just walk out of the tree.
We did kind of disguise ourselves when we got into the city, and the only person who's aware we might be problematic, we just knocked out. We could probably just gander into a different part of the city and.
Oh, we could go to the inn, yeah. Is there an inn here?
Let me
there must
look.
be,
There
right?
very well might be.
Might be.
Let me
They don't
find
have any
out.
visitors?
Well, the question is, do we have one prepared?
Oh, I
is
thought you
this
prepared that.
Is this a library or is this a inn? Let me look. This looks like an inn. It looks like we do have an inn. It doesn't have any walls or lighting or any bullshit, but we do have an inn.
So if you want to, I mean, if we want to try to, I don't know if we can exactly. It may be difficult to get into the inn, like staying there. It would just depend.
Well, I'm sure as the world's most perfect female creature, I could convince whoever the proprietor is to allow us to stay.
And we have money if we need.
Money. I say we use money.
Also. Yeah, we have money. People like money.
Yes, people do like money.
Okay, so relative to where we are, where is the inn? Do we even know that, or is there any?
At the moment, let's see. I mean, most of you would have probably been here at some point. I'd say we can just kind of go to the inn.
Okay.
To the inn.
To the inn.
And this is the inn, known as, find it anyways, the Literary Lean.
The Literary Lean.
I'm not sure why, but that's what it's called. Here in Ulford, where they think they're better than you, and they know it.
Darn, the proprietor is an old woman. I should have stayed in my perfect manly form.
And the sign at the entrance says, "Here be dragons," for some reason.
Oh, it's an SCP, got it.
So you guys are at the entrance to the inn as the sun begins to set and an orange glow envelops the city. What do you do?
Yeah, so we're out here
Traveling,
then.
do we still see those sigils on everybody's wrists?
Oh,
Is it still like-
absolutely. Anybody you run across, absolutely.
Is it like a glowing thing? Like it's the most predominant thing, or are there people out there that have sleeves?
I mean, there are some people that have sleeves. Sorry,
I'm gonna
Goji
do
is in
this
chat
one.
and said that it's Ulford's version of Live, Laugh, Love. They do have sleeves, but they're thin sleeves. However, you can see a little bit of glow through the sleeves. You won't see it through like padded leather armor, but you know, you see it through standard clothing.
Has anyone looked at the sigil to see if it was arcane in nature?
I don't know if we even saw it up close.
Well, you knocked that one guy out. I would have
Oh,
assumed that
true,
you would
yeah.
have checked his arm to see if
I don't
that
think
his arm
anybody
was.
did.
Oh boy.
I
You
remember
could go back to
trying
the knocked out guy.
No, I mean, I
Again,
remember like asking about, but then we were doing other stuff. So
might
if
have.
we can figure out if it's
Yeah.
arcane or just in like a very specific arcane signal, or if it's just a symbol of with some sort of glowing effect that we could mimic, then that can be done. I can probably mimic it to some degree, but if it has a very specific arcane nature, Cairo will not be able to mimic it on his own body. I have an extent of how much I can mimic certain things, but if it's too arcane, and there's no way that Cairo will be able to mimic it. So, but I
That
need
makes
to
sense.
sit down and see the symbol and have to know its nature before I can mimic its capabilities.
well, everyone in this town seems to have them. So
Yeah, just knock out a new person.
yeah, we
Home
could probably
invasion's your
just ask.
specialty.
I mean, do you think it'd be reasonable to ask some lowly person like where we
Didn't-
could get the sigil? Just
Did we
being
not
like,
ask?
No, I don't think you did. But you
I
only
think
had
we-
2 encounters. You talked to a prostitute and a guy going on a date. You haven't
Oh,
had a lot
yeah,
of
these-
interactions outside of combat.
These people were not helpful at all. They were very like rude.
Well, we're on the outskirts of the city. That's where usually the people that are the poorest and the most hard of times live. They're not too happy people. The closer you get to the center of the city, the happier they tend to get.
Why wouldn't they be happy with it?
Yeah, so then we would need to find. We can find someone to see if we can. If they'd be willing to give up the information on how one gets those symbols.
Mhm.
But I think as long as we're deeper into the town at this point, people might believe that we're here by permission at this point. Because remember that not the people who have the symbols
Yeah.
are people in the city, but it is possible that if we have the permission to be in the city, you're not going to have the symbol.
That
I mean,
makes sense.
the guy who was going on a date seemed pretty perturbed when he realized we didn't have the symbol.
Okay, so this is probably part of the standard procedure of getting into the city is you get the symbol. It's kind of like your pass to get back into the park if you want to come back in later in the day. So, it may be quite the idea that we need to figure out how to get a symbol.
Is this
does
how
anyone
Ulford
in the look?
operates?
Hmm?
Is this how Ulford operates? Like,
I don't know how Ulford operates. I think this is how Ulford operates
last
now.
time you were here, well, no. When was the last time each of you would have, in theory, been here? And I'll tell you if it did or did not operate like that.
Let me check, because I remember Cairo has been here, but it was a while back.
Yeah, this is
been-
just your guys' discretion on your backstories.
Cairo's was here about 25 years ago.
It was not that way 25 years ago.
Yeah, so it wasn't this way originally. This is something that's different since Cairo's been here.
Yeah, Callian's never been here.
Of character, I know nothing about the history of the Kalenites. Did they ever?
No, Kraylenites were primarily a street gang of really stupid people in a city on the other side of the world.
Okay, sounds good.
There's a whole backstory that would make that sound more hilarious, but it's honestly a lot to go into. It was a good it's a good
Okay.
backstory though.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Is there anyone in the inn that looks somewhat well-to-do and stupid?
That person maybe.
That person?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up to that person. And,
Okay, so you are entering the inn.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going
Yeah,
to
I think
avoid
we
the
were.
entrance of the inn if that's the case, because I don't want all of us to be seen the moment he walks in.
By the way, we casted seeming before the last session.
I assume that that was
Yeah.
going to be the
Yeah.
case.
Oh, did I not put my token on here? Or
I don't believe so. I haven't seen it.
there we go. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment?
He kind of looks at you. What are you covering where that mark would be with your armor, or are you wearing clothing?
I think I'm wearing clothing. I'm parading as a famous actress, not.
Okay, so
warrior.
there's no mark visible then.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm in.
he looks at you and goes, I honestly don't know how.
I forget, what is this one?
Is he just like staring at me like that?
No, I'm trying to figure out how somebody in this situation would react. So I'm just trying to figure that out. He looks visibly alarmed, but he doesn't quite know what to say yet. He's visibly taken aback.
Sir, I'm sorry to startle you. My name is Mila. I'm the famous actress and singer. I've been traveling around doing my famous performances, and I just came to your town and they let me into the city to perform, but I see these wonderful marks on everyone's arm, and they seem to be perturbed that I did not receive one. I feel very out of the loop. Could you advise me, like, what I missed or how I might go about getting one of these marks so that I won't be perturbed anymore?
Roll charisma, specifically not persuasion.
Okay.
That's too long.
Charisma.
It's fine.
Normal roll.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Why, yes, much good. Hush, hush, hush. And he kind of pulls you in close and says, you must be careful. Hi, quick. And he takes what looks like a fancy, like, silk handkerchief and kind of like places it over your hand. Quick, come with me. We'll make sure, but don't let anybody see that you don't have a mark. I'll make sure you have a place to perform. If you said something, it didn't come through.
Oh, no, I'm just okay. What? I'm waiting for him to move on or make his next move.
Yep. No. Then he's gonna kind of like keep holding your hand and kind of start walking you out of the inn.
Okay. Cool.
So you guys are you guys leaving the entrance?
We
to the,
see him
you're just-
walking out.
Well, you would see through that window if you were staring through the window.
Yeah, well, we were looking, but
Yeah, if you guys see him coming out, to make sure we don't lose Tiberius, Cairo would cast invisibility on himself and start following.
All right. Roll
Yeah,
stealth at advantage
Okay.
because he's going to lead Tiberius into a moderately opulent manor that does have guards.
28.
Cairo is able. I will be right back. Sorry, Ripper. But Cairo is able to follow. Who else is attempting to follow onto the manor grounds?
Follow.
should we all be following, or I don't know.
I mean, we have to be pretty careful about making sure that we don't have our. If you're not wearing armor, you gotta make sure that your appearance of the symbols is covered in something that would make it people believe that you're not hiding it. It's just your general look.
Good point.
So, but it's better that if we can follow type. It's also a good idea to make sure Tiberius doesn't get separated because this could be a trap for that he's going into here.
That's impossible. I'm too genius to ever fall into a trap.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But,
All right, so I'm gonna see if I can find a good map for this. I know what we can maybe. Oh, not. Don't worry, that's nothing. We're just gonna use this house and pretend we don't recognize it. I open it up. Okay, and let me drag on tools. There we go. Yeah, grab that guy. The Kyle, you can go ahead and put yourself there. Cairo as well with the little invisibility sign.
Yep, let me just drag myself out over there. Let me change my token to this one. And then was anyone else going to be following here? Or attempting to?
Yeah, there was just Cairo.
I'll follow, but I don't think I'm going to try to sneak in past guards, like
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
just standing there.
Yep. Cairo has made it past the guards with them. Tiberius,
Once we all want to just jump in there, yay!
Everyone walking, just like I know we're all
just
a part of
in,
this.
Yeah. We don't even try to stealth. No, we're just walking in.
Oh, we're with that person.
We just put on shirts that say staff and then walk in. Like, hey, we work here.
My traveling god.
Alright, then I will delete the meat. And he continues to shuffle you along down the hallway.
Okay. Am I seeing anything through these? Doesn't really look like it immediately, but
No, you can kind of see what you can see. You see a garden in the center. And you pass by a cleaning lady. Make a stealth check again, Cairo.
Okay. Let me roll that. That's a 23.
Yep, you're fine. Just advance past the lady. He says, don't worry, it'll be fine. We'll take care of the problem soon. And he gets up to this door, and before he opens the door, he says, this part, I cannot show you how we enter here and do the mark. As you must understand, you'd lose a lot of business. So I'll need to blindfold you here with the blindness spell.
okay.
And he crushes a little tablet, and the lights go out. For you anyways. Oh, you're fine.
Okay. Do I feel any like aggressive maneuvering, or is he still just holding my hand?
No, he's still just holding your hand.
Okay.
But you can close your eyes at this point. You know, immersive purposes and all. And he'll open the door and bring you inside. Pyro, how far is that? That's 30 feet. He's gonna close the door and lock it behind. I don't think you're gonna. I don't know if you can pass 30 feet and like and do it undetected. I mean, I know you definitely couldn't in real life. I don't know if D&D logic makes it any more realistic.
It's not a matter of getting in there through normal work. I see where he is. I'm going to shadow step. I'm going to be realm stepping into the room using my blink through the shadow realm.
That'll work.
So,
Back over there.
yeah, thank you.
And he sits you down in a chair. Karo, you see him sitting down in a chair. And he begins strapping you in. And he says, "Don't worry." And he hands you, and you feel like a block of wood placed between your, like, put it to your mouth. Are you gonna like put down? He says, "For the pain."
Is this am I still blind?
Yes.
Because he's like touching me, do I have like a pretty good idea like where his body is relative to mine?
Yeah, he's standing up next to you. You're in a chair.
Okay, can I try picking him up by the throat and slamming him against the wall? Like I can't see the wall, but can I go for that move?
I mean, you can at disadvantage.
Like I have quite a bit of strength.
Well, it's because you're gonna it's more of making sure you're putting yourself in the right place because you are still blind, so you have no
Yeah.
sight on
You can't
Yeah.
the exact.
Hmm. All right, we've gone this far. I'll chill. I know Kyra's behind me, right?
I mean, you don't know he's there, but like, that was the plan.
Okay.
Oh, he would know. He would know. I can telepathically talk
Oh,
to
there
him.
you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So you know Cairo is been following you this whole time, keeping his pace with you.
Yep. So he
Alex,
straps
outside
you
the window.
down to the chair. And then he goes over. Sorry, I gotta go from here to the chest right in front of you, Cairo, and pulls out a black bag with silver ties and walks back over to Tiberius, opens the bag with a cloth, and puts it on Tiberius's mouth. Well, not Tiberius, whatever the hell actress your name is. And
Mila
give me like a
Kunis.
con save. At
Well,
disadvantage, this is some strong shit.
This all seems really rude.
You didn't question at all why this guy, who would theoretically view you as an outsider, would all be like, no, it's fine. Let's cover you up. Let's take, this young, beautiful actress who doesn't have a mark and isn't supposed to be in the city, so obviously has no connections here, back to the house. You didn't question how quickly he jumped onto that.
No, I am very charming, and he was enthralled. Okay, con save.
So I'm just saying out of character.
Hey, Cal.
All right. 19. So you start to feel a little drowsy, but you are not knocked out at this moment anyways. Let's roll initiative because it feels like Cairo's gonna take us there.
Yeah.
You
I'm
guys
getting
can
ready.
be over in the front of the city, in the front of the house. In case you guys want to get involved.
Let me make sure that that is set up.
I don't know where the hell Callian is. You can take care of that.
There it
we
is.
go. All right, do we have everyone?
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to remember where it is on the thing.
Be sure you have your person selected too.
Yeah.
Natural. Funny.
Gosh. Where is
Sounds
it?
like to go twice. It's on the main page of the sheet, I think.
It's right in the up.
It's
top
right
middle.
next to your armor class, above your current hit points. In the
Ah.
center.
Thank you.
All right. I think we've got everybody. One, two. Why do we have 6? Oh, because we have two. We have two Rosarios. That's why. Okay. That puts us at 2 turns for Cal.
I'm outside the window. What kind of window is this? Can I open this window?
Does it let you open it?
Oh, like
Then you can open it.
sweet. So I guess I'll spend 1 turn opening the window so I can get inside the room. So it's like it's 2 actions.
I don't think it would be an action to crawl through the window. Yeah,
Alright,
just be movement.
Yeah, so to open a door, I believe it's a free. It's as long as you have movement, it's a free action. So I think windows are the same way.
Yeah, there you go.
So
So you've used a free action on 1 turn.
So I guess this guy's the bad guy.
probably not kill him. We should probably leave him for interrogation.
I'm not the grappling guy. We need Wes. I
There's
come up
a-
behind the guy and I guess I'll try to grab him around the mouth so he can't yell.
All right.
Smart.
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Another thing I'm not actually good at. I'm a sneaky boy. I'm not an athletic boy.
I mean, if you didn't have to grab him, I was just saying, like, if you wanted to attack him, you could hit him with a non-lethal blow to try to knock him out, or
Yeah,
I wasn't specifically. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't saying specifically you have to grapple. I'm just saying you can go for a knockout. Just don't lethally stab this dude. We're not trying to gut him out and bleed him like a. We're not gonna
No,
bleed him
kill
like
him.
a stuck pig.
I don't actually make anybody bleed. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Since I'm not any good at grappling or anything like that, I'll hit with a psychic blade for non-lethal damage.
All right.
You're giving him a
figure-
migraine.
Does he know I'm here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, roll stealth, I suppose.
That's what I am good at.
Yeah, he doesn't know you're there.
All right. This is going to come as a painful surprise to him then. Unseen attacker.
He immediately passes out.
All right. I figure of all the melee weapons, a psychic blade would be really easy to be like, oh, I'm just gonna hit him with a psychic blade that knocks him out and doesn't kill him.
Yep. He just has a migraine.
Now what do you do as he hits the floor with a thud?
Well, I'm not gonna let him hit the floor. I'd sort of like,
Now
Do
we're
that.
out of initiative. I don't know why I did that.
slide him
but
down the
whatever.
body deal. Well, I didn't think he was gonna win. Cairo, are you here?
Yes, I was just about to do a similar thing there.
Do you want to check on Tiberius? I think
That
he's
is
groggy.
the plan.
All right.
Still blind.
You are no longer blind, however, you are a bit groggy. I mean, you did just take a face full of why is this chloroform?
See.
Is he is he tied up or anything right now?
Yes, he is strapped to the chair.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting away the binds with my claws.
Yeah, no problem. They're just leather.
Let's see if we can get some more of that sleepy powder.
There is the rag on the floor.
I mean, do we have a vial of it or something?
Oh, we finally
There is a
acquired
black
an item
bag
that
on
we
the floor.
used.
A black velvet bag with silver handles.
Gonna take
We're
that
finally.
back.
And then what about the blindness pills? Or was that
That was
just
a spell.
him
That was
got-
a spell.
okay.
In universe, there is like it's pretty hard to do. It's a pretty specialized art, but there are people who can create spell tablets that, when crushed, produce the effects of a spell.
Similar to a scroll, less bulky.
They're very expensive, especially for some of the higher level spells.
Can we find out if he has any more of those?
We can clearly look around this room.
Actually own this room and this guy.
You
Hey, can I
do
take
hear
some of the,
shuffling from coming from outside the doors around the house, though, as the house goes about its evening.
Is there enough of the leather ties that Tiberius was tied up with to tie this guy up with?
No, they were kind of part of the, like, it was a whole chair tie situation. Like, it was purpose built. It wasn't so much that he used leather to tie him to the chair, as that there were leather straps attached to the chair. So
Do you think
this
of the
is
alien in the
obviously
room?
not a one-off situation. There's a chest over in the corner. There's a bed here. There's a fireplace here, a pot here, a wash basin here, and what looks like a clothes rack here.
Okay, but like we're kind of in the corner of the house, and
Yeah,
both those doors are locked, right?
They are not presently locked.
Can we lock both of them and then tie him to the chair?
You can
This
lock.
one, I
You'll
think
need
this one
new
was
ties,
locked.
but yes. Oh yeah, you poof, so that is locked still.
Yeah, I didn't unlock
Okay,
that. I
good,
just
yeah.
poofed in. Should I go find Callian and Luca and bring them here?
Tell him to walk up the side of the house and come through the window. Callie and Luca, walk up the side of the house, come through the window.
Okay.
Come here.
Just
If
sneaking
you run into
everybody
any-
in like a date on prom night.
If you need, if you're having any trouble, I will
Throw rocks at the window.
clearly come out there, and as long as you're not have a weak stomach, I'll just bring you in through the shadow realm.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know where you guys are.
We're at the top, top right of the map.
Oh, I'm in the bottom right.
Yeah, so if you come all the way to top right, that's where we are.
Okay. I'm walking. Whoa, I see people in windows.
Yup.
You're looking for Tiberius and
I'm
Cal.
gonna sneakily jump from window to window, like, huh.
You could spy on the people in the windows. I mean, your guys' whole point here is to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, Callie would be like, I don't think that's a little too much. And Luca's like, no, we should look. Let me take a look.
Luca likes watching.
Yeah, and Luca will spy on this window right here.
All right, so
What are
you
these
see,
people doing?
you see one person who looks like he's in his mid-40s with slicked back black hair and a ivory rod, and looks like he's berating what looks like a roughly 14-year-old girl who is carrying a bunch of books and looks to be trying to desperately scribble notes, as the book is repeatedly struck with the ivory cane, and you can see obviously just lines go everywhere and she looks almost ready to cry.
Oh no, this reminds me of when I was a boy in school. I'm gonna keep moving. Let's go, Callion. Look, this room's empty.
Yes.
Check this chest. See if
Ye-
there's anything in there.
Yep, the chest has chains, manacles, blindfolds,
I
Three of
knew
those
this was
tablets.
what this guy's up with. Yeah,
3 of
I
those
knew it.
tablets, and a couple of locked boxes.
Well, I'm gonna take the tablets for party time, and
Of all the people you could
Oh
have
yeah,
asked,
and
you picked the worst one.
yeah, there is conspicuously no chloroform in there. There's a bag on the ground that he dropped though.
yeah, I'm gonna pull out the lock boxes. And do we have some? Presumably, we have someone who can pick locks.
I can pick locks.
Yumbet locks.
I sneak up on rapists and stab them, and I pick locks. That's what I do. I don't know. Am I
Truly
assuming too much?
wonderful.
Am I guessing what was about to happen?
Oh no, that was absolutely what was happening here.
All right. You need a lock picked? I'll pick a lock. You want me to roll to pick the lock?
Yeah, yep. Your thieving
Alright.
skill. Yeah, you open the first box, disarming a trap with a poison attached to it,
These are unfriendly.
and you find heroin.
Heroin.
Thanks.
Not great.
We're
So
gonna have
much
a
bad in
party
this
after
place.
all.
I don't know if this was the kind of party that you really wanted to be a part of. I seldom believe that it would have been a fun experience for you.
Especially because you're not actually a woman. We're just illusionarily disguised, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
unlike myself, I am actually a woman right now.
Changeling's got a changeling.
Yes.
So
You-
I'm starting to regret not killing this guy. Do we want to question him?
We should question him still, and then once the questioning is done, we either deem him to be killed or perhaps a more unpleasant life. Castration, maybe?
Sometimes I hit you with moral dilemmas. Sometimes I just make your life real easy. We can do whatever we want to get information.
Oh, look, there's a fireplace here. We could easily handle this. Does anyone have a knife? We could put it in the fire, heat it up, and we'll just cut it off if he doesn't want to talk.
Also, can I point out that Catfishing Gone Wrong still works as a title?
Yeah.
And Threat Level Midnight also works as you progress into the evening.
Luca has a spell actually for this that we got a long time ago.
You
have
actually!
you have impotence, yes you do.
Yes!
I was looking through my spell book. I was like, wait a minute. It only lasts 6 hours. Castration is permanent.
Castration is permanent, and if we
Or
use
you
it,
get regeneration, of course.
if we have a heated blade, it also ensures that he doesn't die from the castration. Isn't it wonderful?
This is the good guys.
Remember,
Yeah.
he kept us.
No, that was. I believe this has a very specific term. We don't need to talk about it at the moment. What he was going to doing was not catfishing. It was a catfishing to in a much worse sense.
Well, either way, can Luca take a look at the tattoo that this guy has? I'm assuming he has one of the tattoos. The marks.
Call
Yes.
Mika.
So you pull back his frilly sleeves, and you see a mark glowing beneath it, emblazoned upon his skin.
Hmm.
You can see that the skin is raised, almost as if it's a healed scar.
Interesting. I don't know what I should cast.
You could cast Detect Magic to learn its
Yep.
magical school, or you could attempt to identify it.
Yeah, I have both of those. Here,
Because
I'll
Identify will actually identify the spells that he's under the effect.
those are both rituals, so I will first cast Detect Magic to see what
Oh.
kind of school.
We should first gag him and manacle him at least.
Oh
so he
yeah,
doesn't,
someone restrain him. I'm very weak.
So Kyra will quickly just he's like, oh, let's see what I have here. Yes, and he just pulls out several sets of manacles and puts them on both his arms and legs.
All right. You have
And
manacled the man.
Let's see. And he will just simply pull out some of his spare clothing and kind of tie it around his face and stuff his mouth so he can't say anything.
We're in a
Definitely.
School of Magic.
Yeah, definitely highly magical. What does it tell you? Learned at School
It's
of
the School
Magic.
of Magic.
Enchantment and necromancy.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to attempt now to cast Identify ritually.
If he can't
This is-
identify the symbol itself, he can identify what effects this man is under.
Roll
if it is a
your
magic
spell
item, it's
casting
something else.
stat.
Okay.
It will succeed, but what level at which you succeed will be determined by
Okay.
the roll.
I'm gonna cast just an attack ability.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that what you
Same
mean?
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
27.
I scorch
Okay.
and braid him.
So just because this is kind of an interesting thing and you rolled really well, we're gonna play that game again. So you can stay here, but everybody else, Stefan, and I'll type in chat when to come back. I'm gonna go to thumbs up, thumbs down game because, you know,
They're deafened, I think.
tradition. Yes, they are. Hey, it shows on my screen. That's convenient. Okay. So on the surface level, that you could see that, like, if you were like level 1 wizard, you could figure this shit out. It is just a marking that glows on the back of the hand and can be read by wizards who have been given the key.
Okay.
On a lower level than that, it actually tracks where people go, what the person does, and assuming the person has sufficient like access to this magic thing, that's this part of this big construct that's controlled somewhere else, all reporting back to something that's an enchantment. They basically can track the whole population. But with your 27, you see even a layer below that is actually obscured in the weave of the magic. And it actually makes it so that anybody who's wearing the mark is, unknowingly or not, a thrall to whoever cast it upon them, or to the construct that is then controlled by, you know, But that is like, you got lucky finding that. And then we tell everyone, come back. You can tell them what you want.
Everyone back? No.
I'm
no,
back.
we're
I
in for
don't know if
Tiberius.
everyone else.
Chime away.
So did any of us get this mark put on us?
No, no one has the mark yet.
Good. Do not. Okay, you guys, I've been examining his mark for a bit. Please do not get one of these.
What is
Quite
it?
dangerous, actually. Well, to an untrained eye, it's just like a mark that wizards can read, but I mean, based off what I've studied and read before, I believe that if you put the mark on you, it can also track you. So, literally everyone in the city wearing this mark is being tracked at all times by whoever put on them.
So they're tracking their citizens. Will you be able to create a replica mark on?
I mean,
Oh,
just
no,
from
so that we
looking
can
at
hide
it,
it.
I'm sure I can just make an illusion of a mark, but I would not want to cast this mark on someone because
You got the sense that it was about 8th level.
yeah, it seems like very powerful magic actually.
Okay, well, so we don't need to worry about it being the actual version, just a version that could pass for
Yes.
good.
There's one more thing about the mark that's very concerning to me. I have a suspicion, based off things I've read before, that whoever cast this mark or whatever cast this mark on this person might have the ability to even mind control them if they try hard enough.
Ooh.
So I'm not saying all these people are being controlled, but the possibility is there in case of need. So we might have a whole city of mindless zombies.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not at this moment. I'm just saying, like, I think the possibility is there based off my research. But this is pretty high level magic. This is very concerning that these
Then
people have
we-
these marks.
Then we need to find the person responsible to free them, do we not?
Yeah, I don't think this goon that we found is the one putting marks on people.
No, I don't. But at least now we have
This is someone quite powerful, mate. A wizard stronger than me would be able to cast something like this. So
But he's a man of ill repute all the same, so
I mean, this
him
might be the
disappearing.
demons that we're looking for.
No,
I mean, demons are powerful.
I do concur with that.
So maybe we have a new goal: find the mark maker. Let me find the leader of the city.
Yes.
The music getting better. Next week, huh?
Next week.
Music swells.
Next season, the party goes in seek of the mark. Well, either way, what are we gonna do with this guy? I'll leave it up to the rest of you. I mean, I got my information from him.
I feel like death is too nice for him.
What happened to questioning?
We're gonna question him, that's why I say death is too nice to him.
I will also remind everyone that, as I just said, this man's being tracked. So
That's why we don't
Whoever-
kill him.
yeah, I would be careful.
Like tracked they can find him, or tracked they know he's unconscious right now?
I think they could just find them, but again, like, there's the potential here that they could even mind control him. So, I mean, I've been able to see through other things' eyes, like my familiar. So, I don't know if that's the case, but I wouldn't put past it to be able to do something like that. So, I'd be very careful.
Well, then we blindfold him to ensure that he can't see.
That's a good idea.
He was interested in blindfolding Mia.
True.
Ridiculous.
I forgot that I didn't even make a fake name for my character, but you did, so good job.
See, I don't have to worry
I
about
was
fake
like,
names.
who's that? I was literally about to ask, who is that?
He's
Is
got a
that
name,
character?
and they're based on somebody famous. He's got the whole look going.
I don't have to worry about fake names because I have names for every different alternate form that Cairo has.
Oh, of course.
So
Yeah, there's two of me.
Yeah, the name wasn't
Ooh.
showing up for some reason, so I just redropped you.
I have all of one name, alternate name, and it was Tony Bones.
Tony Bones is a serious detective.
True.
Yep.
Wonderful playwright.
Very much so. Alright, so what shall we use to blind him?
One of those pillowcases.
Oh, no.
Carol's like, I was thinking like hot coals, but I guess the location.
Cairo just like Cairo was like staring into the fireplace, just like, is there a poker anywhere around here? But yeah, the pillowcase will work. You see, Cairo's slightly sad and not being able to. That someone came up with
saw
a
the
reasonable.
Book of Vile Darkness, Cairo's been a little different.
Cairo is a devil. He is absolutely going to have evil tendencies.
Came back different.
He is good for the most part, but that devil side of him often talks and says, really hurt someone. Cairo right now is like, I really want to hurt someone.
If we lead off with irreparable damage, I don't know if that's gonna get him to talk.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll put the pillowcase over him. That'll work. I guess we can ungag him then. You know, I do realize just one thing. He can scream for anyone in this house.
True.
But he's being tracked, so if we were to drag him into your mansion, Luca, then they would notice he disappeared.
Yeah, he would. It would be very hard to track someone because it's technically another plane.
The problem that we're having here is that if he talks, he may scream for someone else in this house and they'll come. We need a way to ensure that he cannot speak beyond a certain point.
I think there's a spell that does that. I just don't know what it is.
Well, there's one messed up one. You kill him, and then I cast Speak with Dead. But
again, that makes them disappear.
In a really brutal way. Yeah. Wait, let me look. I mean, we have Silence One. It's not the belt we're looking for.
No, because we need to talk to him directly.
What about Liamon's tiny hut? Would that work?
Does that cancel out sound from inside to going out?
No, it says nothing about sound in the spell.
So if we do silence, we can do that, but the only person who could essentially talk to him would be Cairo, unless we all want to add. Kyle can add him to the telepathic link, then all five of us can telepathically.
Telepathically, yeah.
Yeah,
we definitely have that ability.
Because Cairo has the ability to telepathically connect to anyone. So
yeah, and Luca has message if we need to, and then we also have the telepathic bond. So
yeah, silence is the only way we can really make sure he doesn't make a noise while we interrogate him.
Okay, so any of us, I mean, not any of us, but a few of us have silence. I can make
that window just open.
A window opened?
Did you close that window when you came in, or did that window just open?
Oh, I did close it. Here, let me close it again. Callium will close it.
Is there curtains in here?
I might have tapped on that when I was moving my mouse around. I got a touchpad.
There
sorry.
are curtains, yes.
It's a ghost.
I would like to draw the curtain so that people can't look inside this room. You don't need, just as a note so that people aren't watching what we're doing in here. Yeah, so if he starts to wake up, it's best that we have silence ready to go.
Room's getting weird.
I drew the curtains.
Oh my god, the room's so pitch black. Everything. Oh, I see what you did with the curtain.
I drew the curtains.
They're like,
You drew the curtains.
it's like if I go stand in them, then I can see.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Given the nature of the room, maybe some level of screaming is kind of expected.
You know, maybe, but if he starts screaming for help, then everyone's gonna be like, wait, he's not supposed to be the one screaming for help. The person he's... Also, keep in mind, he was going to drug and make Tiberius pass out.
Chloroform, yes.
That was chloroform, so that's, there's not going to be sound coming from that. So yeah, we're essentially now waiting for him to no longer be unconscious. Do we want to hasten the fact by healing him so that he wakes up, or do we want to nature. If we do the hastened effect, we can immediately cast silence after he's healed. Because currently the reason he's knocked out cold is because he has 0 hit points.
Mhm.
How do we want to interrogate him? Is what I'm essentially asking.
Let's cast. I think silence is the easiest solution,
What
and then we
would
can
that
just
Yeah.
telepathically talk to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but even when you telepathically talk to him, we need him to be conscious. So that's what I'm saying, is that do we want to heal him to make him conscious, or are we going to wait for him to become conscious and then cast silence on him?
Oh, let's just heal him up, make it faster.
Okay, and then essentially Luca would then need to prepare to cast silence once he's healed so that he doesn't make a noise as soon as he regains consciousness.
Okay. Callian can walk over to cast a thing. Oh, cure wounds.
And he wakes with a start.
And then Luca immediately casts silence.
And silence, and you see him shaking and trying to break himself free.
Okay, who wants to talk to him telepathically?
I mean, outside of everyone needing to cast a spell for your telepathy, or Cal relinking the telepathic bond to him as well, I can just automatically talk to him.
Okay.
Do you want me to just start talking to him first?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, we all already connected, so we're just talking to you. You can relate.
Okay. And so Cairo will telepathically connect to him, and I'm like, shame on you for what you were going to do.
For what was I going to do?
You were trying to chloroform a poor, helpless girl.
I was just giving her the mark. The chloroform was to help with the pain.
I don't think that's the truth. Can I roll insight on him saying that's the only reason he's doing that?
Absolutely. You
I'm
believe
gonna
him.
reroll that.
You still believe him.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want to roll again? Do you have an option?
I can do another luck here. That's a natural 20.
You do not believe him, and he rolled really fucking high. So
I think he's telling the truth. I think so. Nah, he's
I
not.
think nah,
He's
bro.
absolutely not. That's not true. Don't lie to me. You may not be able to see, but I do have a heated blade perfect for a certain member of yours.
And he starts screaming and well in your head and shaking violently in the chair.
Oh,
Cairo.
jeez. Freaking Davy
Someone
Jones's
turned down that
theme.
organ.
It's for Cairo. Cairo's Dark Arc.
No.
This is season 1 of Arrow.
I will not do so if you tell me where this mark comes from.
You just hear over and over, it comes from the palace, it comes from the palace, it comes from the palace.
So it comes from the palace. Does the king give it to you or someone else?
I don't know. They blind us and they deafen us before they do it. They lead us into a room. All I know is that it's insufferably hot in there.
Do you know its purpose?
It proves that you're part of the city, and it allows the guards to easily gather up all of the riffraff from safe halls.
This guy wouldn't know.
I see. So every person in Ulford has this symbol?
Every person now. Yes. While we're on lockdown. We were told it would protect us. We signed a contract guaranteeing our protection in these times of trial. We've seen the armies that are being massed to the south of us. and we want no part.
Of course, of course. How long has this been going on?
Well, the first whispers of needing more security was about 4 or 5 years ago now.
Okay.
But it's not till the last few years that the legislation finally passed. Koji says, "Fear the Crystal King." I'm using that. Alvin is now the Crystal King in Ulford.
I did not say that in character.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned North Korea in character. Let's pretend I didn't write that as Luke.
So it's right around the time that all of that went down. I see now. And Cairo is not talking to him anymore. He's gonna look to everyone else.
Mhm.
Okay, I found out the time that this was made, this started happening, why, if everyone in this town has it, and that it's coming from the palace, and that it's incredibly hot inside the palace. Ask him about the demons? Is that what you want me to do?
No. I mean, is this guy a wizard? Like, he blinded Tiberius, right? He can't.
He's using tablets, the tablets that are like the basically scroll, the a different style of scroll.
Yeah, they're like
In
spells
this
in a
world.
box.
All right, I was confused. Like, this guy's casting blindness, and I dropped him with 11 hit points.
No,
Yeah.
he's basically he's a noble, and he has access to enough money to be able to buy things like that.
Got it.
Luca has at least 12 hit points, so wizards notoriously have low hit points. So
Yeah, no, wizards do notoriously have.
no, this
where
guy
Luca
just
go.
has some magical.
Do you want me to ask him if he's heard anything of demons?
Like a
Cal?
plain old noble would. I mean, we've already got him captured.
Yeah.
We were pointing
don't-
towards clergy, like priests and wizards, and now also apparently the palace itself.
Yeah, so the palace is where people are getting these symbols. They're being blinded, deafened as they get in there. It is a very high and very hot temperature inside the palace. And they're making them sign contracts. And essentially, they are told that it's just a way for the guards to locate everyone and to locate the riffraff from safe halls. So I very much expect that the king of this area may be, because the whole idea is that there are several demon lords around now, and this was something we talked about before, and that they're trying to integrate into high society and take over places. It is very possible that the king of this city is a demon, and all the guards are his like underlings. So the king himself is a demon lord.
I think we may have finally found one that we've been hunting. This is it, you guys.
So then, jeez,
A train just ran into the side of the room.
why is the I like trains kid here?
We wouldn't know because we're inside a silence bubble.
It's true. Just a hole in the wall. We're all like, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying, sometimes the music just naturally works to emphasize a moment.
Yeah. All right, so I think we have figured out the information. Obviously, he can't be killed because of the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
What
So-
shall be his fate?
I can give him another nap.
I mean, truly, he hasn't seen anyone other than Mia at this point, so
I
that
wish
could
we
be
had
done.
some. I wish we had sovereign glue.
He hasn't. Has he seen you? He's blinded, right?
He saw Mia because Mia was the one who talked to
Oh,
him.
I thought you said me, not Mia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there any remove the mark from him?
That would still show that he disappeared, so...
Yeah, but I was wondering if we kind of threw him out in the street with no mark. Might be a fun punishment for him.
Dispellable?
It's probably dispellable. If it's an 8th... If Lucas said it was an 8th level spell, it's probably dispellable.
Yes, but
Mhm.
that is pretty high level. So
The mark is an 8th level spell? Jesus.
I mean,
At least an
casting it,
8th
yeah.
level spell, yes.
They're putting this on like hobos in the street and little kids?
Every
this is why-
citizen.
Yeah, that's why I suspect it's a very powerful magic caster using this stuff.
That's why I think the Demon Lord is the king. Or at least or it could be a situation like Wormtongue, where the king is being fed lies by his right-hand man.
Yeah, I agree. But either way, whoever is putting all these marks, this is very serious,
Mhm.
powerful person. This is not some like, oh, let's go fight some random dude.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
have access to the ability to cast, I mean, not themselves personally, but over time, to cast that many 8th level spells.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they've had.
And how big
years
is how big
here.
was
Yeah, I
Safe
don't
Falls
know.
when it started, Pyro? Just
The
ballpark
citizenship?
it. Yeah, just ballpark it.
We were starting at about, I think we were close to 8,000 people.
And where are you now?
We're almost 20,000 right now.
Okay, so this is probably like 50,000 people in the city.
Yeah, and he said that the worry started about 4 to 5 years ago, but only recent has the legislation passed to take these precautions.
Yeah.
So it essentially means like within the last year they've been doing all these marks.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever is in charge is very powerful.
People get a mark at once. I mean, like, is it a spell like you cast a spell and like all 20 people get a mark at once, or each person's getting this 8th level spell? You know, speaking in terms of
That wasn't clear to me. So I
That's
don't know.
and then also it's probably not clear to them because they're blind and deaf and they don't hear or see anything, so they can't explain if other people around them, when they're all brought inside the citadel to get the mark, that each one of them, like, was it a cacophony of screams, or was it one scream, a scream at one after the other? So they don't know. That wouldn't be something he knows because he was marked while being blind and deafened, so we couldn't ask if he we could ask if it was just him when he was brought in. Then they did it one by one, or
I
if
don't
they
know if
did
it
it
makes a difference.
groups.
It might.
It would mean that the spell is either a group targeting effect or versus a single target effect.
Or could it be like a ritual?
It could be a ritual. But he would not know the difference between a ritual and normal spell, so especially not seeing it.
Or not seeing it.
Not seeing it. So those questions on the stipulation of whether the spell was a ritual or not, he would not know.
Yeah, let's ask him if he was in there alone when he got it, or if there were a bunch of people who all got it at the same time and see
Okay.
knows that.
When you got the symbol, were you brought in there with several people, or was it just yourself when you were brought in?
And He's scared still, but he's still a little offending. I had my own audience. I wasn't led in the lines like the common chattel.
Of course, dear. So it was just yourself when you got the symbol.
Of course.
Oh, thank you. And Cairo connects to everyone else. It sounds like it was, he himself just got the symbol, but that also means that could mean that he was brought in a separate line to treat the nobles fairer, but was still brought in with a group of people. It's not. He does beyond what he has seen. He has nothing. There's nothing else I can look into on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll know anything else.
So, are we going to try to remove the symbol from him, or are we just going to have him take a nap? We could always use that bag on him.
True. I don't know. I think I'll leave it up to you guys. I have no idea what to do with this guy.
Removal of the symbol.
Removing the symbol seems quite difficult, actually.
Okay. So
I
what
mean,
are we
you
going
have
to
an
do with him?
inspiration if you pay for it.
To get an additional D4 there. So do we want to? So obviously we can't kill him, because if we kill him, everyone's gonna know, and that's gonna be a problem.
We can
Or
shoot
what if
up
I
the
remove the
arrow.
symbol and then throw him to the wolves, and then we follow him because he'll have to be symboled.
That is true. We could do that. So if
Like
you
he'll
want to
be
try to
bait.
remove the symbol,
I don't want to make any of you be bait. But that guy, I don't care.
Well, he did say he
Yeah.
got it from the palace, right?
yeah, we
Yeah.
know it's the palace. It's just more of we essentially. I think what Luke is saying is try get him to re-up his symbol, and use that to see if we can find the person who is applying the symbols to people. Because then we would be able to follow him.
Well, either way, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys could kill him if you really want. I don't care, but
Well, let's take a vote. How do we want it? How do we want this guy? What do we want this person's fate to be? So obviously, Rosario is abstaining. Cal,
I don't know. I'd like to see what happens if he loses a symbol, but I don't have the magic to make it go away.
Mm.
I have a knife and I could use that to make it go away, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I think it's burrowed into his body, so I don't exactly think we can cut the symbol away from him.
I wonder what happens if we cut off his hand.
Only one way to find out.
The wizard is dark.
Luca is likes to experiment.
I mean, castration seems like the most reasonable, as wholly unreasonable as it usually is.
a good
It'll
point.
make sure he doesn't continue doing this to other people, presumably.
So we could do that.
Yeah. So do we? Is that what we're gonna do to him?
It's up to you guys.
Are we gonna castrate
You're
this
gonna
man?
castrate him, steal his symbol, and throw him out into the streets to see what happens. Great plan.
It's
You're the
it's
good
gonna
guys,
be real
right?
rough.
Mm.
Okay, he is.
You guys are the Punisher Arrow good guys.
Yeah, we're the Punisher. We're the Punisher group. I am perfectly fine if that's what we're gonna go for. If we're going to remove his member.
I guess Tiberius kind of feels a way about it because he was the almost victim.
Yeah, I feel like
Yes.
Tiberius is the one who should get the final say at this point. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Tiberius, do you want him to be castrated?
It was very rude what he was going to do. She
Well,
throws
then
her
so
hair
be it.
in indignation.
So, shall we have him be awake for the process or
Oh God.
asleep?
Asleep.
Okay, who would like to be the one to put the bag on his face?
I already had a bag on his face.
No, the bag with the chloroform in it.
I can do that. I think.
Oh, he probably has money. If once we knock him out, you can loot his pockets and take whatever he's got. I'm not gonna stop you. It's just,
Pretty sure I could loot him right now.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got manacles in both arms and legs. He can't move. But yeah, so we'll if you want to, you should probably take a look at the bag first before you use it on him, because it may have some weird effect that needs to go through. Probably have Luca take a look at it real quick beforehand. But yeah, we're gonna use the bag on him most likely. So
Does he have a magic bag of chloroforming?
I think so.
Is it
Oh,
bottomless?
I don't know.
I can't have a bag of holding, but this guy has a magic bag of chloroforming.
You haven't looked in the bag yet.
We gotta look at the bag. What's in the bag?
Okay, here,
Bag.
Luca will take the bag and cast Identify.
Put that in
which,
there.
Yeah, sorry. I choose a magic object. I learn its properties.
It does
and how to use
require
them.
attunement.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And basically what it does is the vial that's in there is attuned to the bag, as is the cloth. If they're out of the bag for more than about 5 minutes, then they will disappear and return with whatever level they had. However, if any of the chloroform is used over time, so about 1 standard human dose, whatever that's going to be, per week, will regenerate automatically. And it can do
Yes.
5 standard human-sized doses total as its max fill.
Wait, I was
Jeez,
trying to
yeah,
write
It
this
that down.
currently has 3 doses.
I'm trying
here.
to write that down, but I'm confused actually. So
I got it.
It has
It's so
function.
it's a
It is a tune. It isn't a tune item though.
Bag of rape.
that's what I got so far. Bag of magical chloroform.
yeah. It's a bag of chloroform.
The name of the
It's-
item is Liam's Taken Bag.
Liam's Taken bag.
Liam's taken bag.
Like Liam Nielsen from Taken.
Yes.
I have a very particular set of skills.
I have a very particular bag of holding.
It involves this bag.
It only holds.
Uh,
I feel like after this next scene, it should be called the bag of hard candy.
Well,
Five
I feel like
charges.
our rogue could do best with this item,
Charges 1.
unless you are fully attuned to magic items.
Remember, you get
Uh,
1 extra attunement slot compared to
We-
Raw in this campaign.
So we have 4 instead of 3. I
I
believe.
think so.
then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta get more attuned magical items. My character's looking kind of.
Well, every item that you get is assumed to be attuned
Oh,
unless
man.
stated otherwise.
Ah.
So anything you've gotten in that raffle is an attune item.
If vial is
auction.
Oh, that candle that I have. Okay.
for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the candle. I think the candle I said specifically wasn't attuned. But
Yeah, it's because it's like it has uses. So
yeah, I don't think that
it's
one was
consumable.
attuned.
Yeah.
But like, so like obviously a potion's not an attune item. But if it's
yeah.
something that you would equip in a video game, then yes,
Mhm.
it's attuned.
That makes sense. Okay.
This is special. It's attuned because it's potentially a very powerful piece of magic for a thief. You have infinite chloroform.
uses of.
I just dropped this guy like a bad habit, just using the weapon I already have. Like if somebody else needs a rapid way to knock somebody out, like, you know, Wes when he's here can just punch somebody to
true.
unconsciousness.
Oh.
And I didn't even roll sneak attack on that.
I have.
He also was just in terms of his stats, he had 10 HP. He was a commoner.
Yeah. I have all my attunement slots taken up, so I would not be using this. And so this is what I wrote down for it. So if anyone wants to use it,
It's three. Yeah, one charge per week. Yeah, so in the one dose is a standard human-sized creature,
okay.
medium or whatever. So obviously for a large you might need more, and for a small you might be able to get away with less. But
Each charge is enough to knock out a medium-sized creature.
yeah,
Okay, so if anyone wants to take it, feel free. But yeah, if we want to use this now, someone has to attune to it to be able to use it. So I adjusted it so now it has that each creature is each charge is enough to knock out a medium-sized creature. But yeah, so does anybody want to use this right now? Because essentially, if you don't have attunement slots taken up, you could attune to this right now and
and
be
then
the
get
one
rid of it
using
later. Yeah, the game's
Attunement
meant
doesn't
because you can
mean
attune and unattune overnight. I think
it's 1 hour. That's
1
all you
hour to
need.
unattune from a thing. That's part of the way this campaign is set up, so that you get a whole cavalcade of items that are useful situationally, and like preparing spells, you have to potentially prepare your attunements.
I mean, I think I only have 2 attunements
Well,
right
yes,
now, so I could
but
get.
you'll accumulate a lot as you go along.
Yeah, so if you want to put that into your character sheet so you have it, just copy from the second Liam's taken bag attunement stuff and then put that into your character sheet. That's exactly how that will work. And then once you're attuned to it, then you can use the chloroform to knock them out, and
Yep.
we can get to the
Maybe use 2 doses.
2 doses. Make sure.
Where, like, would I find that in Roll20 or?
Yeah, you just like make an item.
So
Okay.
if you because there's now an option. So you know how you have your features and traits in your character sheet.
Actually, do you have the stream up? Because if you
Uh,
do, I can actually show you.
1 second.
Yeah, because features and traits now has an option to create a item tab in your features.
Oh, I don't know about that part.
So you
But-
can put your item descriptions inside your features and traits now. So with more complicated items, it's probably a good idea to put your items, features, and traits.
Oh,
So
yeah, after
features and
close.
traits
I
is right
still
here,
have-
and then you would go
Hit the plus button at the bottom.
items, taken, bag, tune, source. It's an item. And that doesn't matter, I don't think. And
No, it
then
doesn't.
I go back over here, and I'll grab his shit from here, and go over here and get rid of the dragon heart part. Might as well just get nicer. And then now I just boom and cool.
There you go.
See, and
Cool.
it goes small. It goes woo. And then you now have that. And if you click
Cool.
this thing, it'll pop it out into chat.
All right, awesome.
There we go.
Is there any final words you want me to give to this guy before we begin operation?
He's a victim of his own bad choices.
Yeah, you did this to yourself. You bad person.
Okay, so I will reconnect over to telepathically communicate with him. Be like, now it's time for you to go back to sleep. But understand that what comes now is all from your choices and actions. And with that, I'll cut telepathic to him and just wait for Tiberius to chloroform him.
I'll
Cast chloroform.
Is there a save for chloroform, or is it just unresistible?
It's Constitution. That's why we said use 2 charges to really make sure he goes out.
I
So-
can just stab him again.
Should I just link it, or
Well, he's gonna take damage when we castrate him. So unless we want to heal him again immediately after you stab him, there's unfortunately no way to avoid damage when we do this castration
he does
process.
not resist, and he passes out.
Does anybody have a farmer background? Who knows how to do this?
We're not trying to go perfect. This is something that's happening whether we have the. This will essentially be the person with it's either going to be a dexterity roll or it's going to be a medicine roll as far as removing this from this person. So, whoever has, we need to figure out medicine's probably the best choice. But if we don't have any good medicine rolls, we can either have Cal or myself do it. Because it might be like a sleight of hand roll outside of medicine.
Well, Callie-in has +10 medicine, but I don't know if he would want to cast it.
That's perfectly understandable. I don't think Callian wants to partake in
I don't
this.
think Callie-in would do that.
I think the three-
Callie
I
is
think
looking
the
the other direction.
I'm gonna stay in character and say he does not. But
I'm gonna
he's
think
ready to help in case there's a lot of blood. But he doesn't want to do the actual operation.
Well, that's the whole reason we're going to be heating the blade here, so
Yeah.
that it cauterizes the wound, so there is no blood.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
That's-
All right, so that would mean I'm gonna put a dagger inside the. I don't know if it's gonna be exactly that easy to heat it up in this fireplace unless we were to feed its flame hot enough.
Does this guy have a dagger?
I have a dagger.
Yeah, but did the guy have a dagger?
I don't know. You want to
He had an
loot
ornamental
him.
dagger, yes.
If you want to loot him,
Your own dagger for this?
he has an ornamental dagger. That ain't gonna cut. Is his dagger sharp?
I mean, you could probably cut paper with it, but like, it's not. It's like, like those like $40 butchers chef knives you
yeah.
buy from Walmart. Technically,
Yeah.
it's sharp, but like, it's
Yeah,
Walmart
we need
sharp.
a good. I don't use my dagger very often. I use a katana 90% of the time when I'm fighting. So
Sheriff
All right, so
Nottingham, that
you guys just hold him, and Cairo goes for it with the katana.
no.
Yeah, Tiberius, you hold 2 arms. Cal, you hold 2 legs. You hold them up. Cairo takes a horizontal slash like Fruit Ninja.
Oh my god.
Cut that banana right in half.
So I just realized we don't actually need the fireplace to heat up a weapon.
Where you're gonna use heat metal?
No, you just need my blood.
Oh god.
My blood hunter allows me to enchant a weapon with fire.
Oh yeah.
So I can superheat anyone's weapon here with just my blood.
Blood make for great doctor.
So, yeah, since I don't think we're gonna be able to get a blade hot enough to start glowing, Cairo will just take his dagger out and will place the dagger onto his hand and cut himself
Fear the
To
Crystal
ign-
King and his deadly minions.
to ignite it with the rite of flame. So that I deal 7 damage to
Yep.
myself, and now the dagger is blazing hot. So Cairo will look around. It's like,
And
so who wants to cut? What's up, Meta?
nothing. I was ahead of the game. Go ahead.
Alignment shift for castrating. This is a noble thing.
I mean,
but he's also probably a drug
it?
dealer.
yeah, is it?
Okay, so chaotic evolude. So does anyone? Cal, you probably have the sleight. Meta, can I ask what this roll is going to be? Is it going to be a medicine or sleight of hand roll?
It could be. We're gonna go with medicine.
Okay. So I'm probably gonna think Luca does not want to do this, right?
No, he is
Yeah.
very squeamish.
So that brings us to Cal, Tiberius, and myself. So amongst the three of us, who has the highest medicine roll?
I can guarantee you it is not Tiberius. If
I've got
Tiberius
a-
does this, it's going to be an athletics check.
He's gonna go full body.
And the
Katana
athletics
thing.
checks is how long can he hold closed the fucking arteries he suffered.
Yeah.
I've
So
I got a 2 because I have intelligence, but I'm not proficient in medicine.
I am okay. So that would. So I have a 4 and I have luck, so I can re-roll my medicine. So I'm
big
probably going to be the one.
surprise! The half demon, full demon wants to do the castration.
Devil.
Devil, sorry, the full devil wants to do the castration. Big surprise.
Plus,
All right,
Go
changeling.
for it.
What's going on
He's
here?
ready.
No, so I'm a changeling, but my blood was corrupted. Cairo's backstory is that he was corrupted with demonic blood, and he is actually ever since level 12 he has become a full devil.
Mhm.
He's a shapeshifter, essentially.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess unless Cal wants to handle it himself, this is going to be Cairo cutting this.
You got it.
All right. So unfortunate for this man, he is going to lose something rather precious to him right now.
And how well he loses it is determined by the following medicine roll.
Is it the twig and berries, or is it just the berries?
Yeah,
or
what are
just
you
the
going
twig?
for here?
What's going on here? The bangers and the mash?
We're gonna need to know whether you're slicing the nuts or the nanner in Fruit Ninja.
Do we want to get both? I mean, if you cut one of them off, well, usually when you do castration, it's more you cut the nuts off. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be cutting the nuts off here.
Okay.
So yeah, I will make my medicine roll, and if it's horrible, I'm going to use lucky. So, does Callion have would Callion be willing to give me guidance for this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Callion will say,
This is the weirdest thing I've ever been asked to give guidance on.
yeah. Like I've done many religious ceremonies, but never this one. So
Oh yeah, you can keep him. Yeah, Tiberius can have him. All right, so yeah, I'm going to make the medicine roll. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that to see if we get better. Oh god, 13 is the best we get. All right.
Not good for this guy.
I'm just saying the
Heal him.
stream exists.
Oh, that is true.
And
yeah,
it
I
works
should
now
prob-
because it's back on Twitch.
Yeah, true. But do we care enough?
I don't
Do
know.
we want this? Do we care enough? I mean, we can just heal him if this doesn't cut very well.
Goji has given Cairo inspiration.
Oh, he's coming in.
Oh,
Wow,
MVP!
he's- this is actually Goji's other.
Oh
God damn it.
no!
It's just a 14.
14. Nice. You perfectly cut.
You cut through, but it catches at the last minute,
Oh,
and you slip, and the tip just nicks that main artery of the shaft. The balls drop away. Everything there is properly cauterized, but blood is now streaming out onto the floor.
Whoop. That's not good.
Cauterize? Cauterize? Cauterize?
Cauterize, cut again.
So what are you doing? Come on, your time's ticking. This is real time. He's bleeding out in front of you, Cairo.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna place the on fire blade against that opening and just cauterize that cut that I made. 'Cause there's not really anything else I can do here other than going for the cut again.
Roll a d4.
A D4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have any support. Oh no,
Score.
that was a bad roll to make there. So you do, but you're just a little second too late. The blood slows down a little bit, and the last of the burning damage from the cauterizing blade pushes him over the edge. And you
Sadly
see
killed him.
the symbol start to darken.
Can we heal him before he dies? Because I can just heal him with my own
Callian.
blood.
Yeah.
You could revivify him.
Oh no, he's dying.
Yeah, he's dying.
He only had
Oh.
10 HP.
Oh, okay. Callie will approach.
Kind of curious what
Really?
the necromancy part of this thing does.
What necromancy?
The necromancy part of the symbol.
You're the one that told us it had necromancy in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
just revivify him.
Okay.
And
So you gotta get back up.
he's slumped. He's dead. And the symbol goes dark. And you
Oh,
hear in the distance.
well, that teaches us something. Quick, come back. Lathandra's light be with him. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Cast revivify.
And
Hey,
he
we
is
might have saved this
revivified. He is still unconscious.
What about the symbol? Is it brighten?
No, it is still dark. And
Hey, we
he
saved this
still
guy.
does not have his balls, as per the description in the spell.
If anything, we improved this guy's life because we got that symbol off of him. So
He doesn't have a symbol, but it's time for all of us to leave.
yes,
Alright.
I don't know what that sound was, but we should get out of here quick.
So
Do
that's how
we
we
want-
remove the symbol. We just have to kill everybody in Ulford and bring them back.
Oh. Kill everyone, max res them.
This is gonna be a very expensive venture.
Anyone have diamonds?
I don't have diamonds, but I have money.
Does this guy have money?
You
Yeah,
pickpocket him before we leave.
Pocket him quick.
Pickpocket him. He's fucking unconscious.
Well, steal anything that you could
Take
get.
whatever you want. Does anyone want the tablets? Collect the tablets. Collect the wraps. Everything. Like you just now do it. What do you take?
Yeah, Luca will grab any tablets that he sees.
I loot
Callian
him.
has the bag of holding, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this to the new members of the party, but that was Callian's whole thing.
Son of a bitch.
You guys, I don't know if that's birds, bats, windchime.
Chipmunks?
I can get us out of here if you're all ready.
Are you
Just get next to
pickpocketing the
me.
guy?
Yeah, like you say, we're gonna pickpocket him.
Okay, you find
Luca will
a
grab any
bag
tablet.
containing 300 Ethereum.
Oh, I hate him already.
Oh, this guy's cringe.
Is that the
I'll
EP
be
one?
right back.
He's got 150 gold on him, and it's the fucking posh style coin. Yes, it's EP.
I didn't think people used that.
Is it? Are you saying Electrum?
Yes,
Meta, not
Electrum.
Ethereum.
Yeah, Electrum.
All right, are we all ready to leave? Because everyone,
then-
hold on. What's up, Meta?
Birds. Please.
This what?
The birds have gone quiet.
Oh God. Okay, are we ready to go? Because we are about to be attacked.
Echoes throughout the night.
Window and see if I can see what this creature is, like before we
You just hear loud clapping off in the distance, and you can't see as the night has fallen.
I'm going to give everyone 5 seconds before I disappear, and anyone who's not grasping me is going to stay here.
It's all grasp Cairo.
I assume Callian will go and Luca will go along.
What are we doing? Are we doing the throwing up one? I don't want to do the throwing up one again.
Didn't you? Someone else cast teleportation. It's the only one I have.
I'm gonna grasp Hana, and we look fabulous together.
And where are you going, Cairo?
So that I would go to the edge of the estate and take them further down the road as far as I can get within a couple of turns and try to find, like, I would essentially try to locate somewhere that we've been that's more secluded.
I can do that. Let me find you a spot. Now that you're not
It's a different
here.
map.
You're all good. I was just panicking. I'm like, where are we going?
Here or something?
I'm taking care. I'll have you.
I was like waiting for everyone to get to Cairo because Cairo was waiting to take all of you into the. Well, so it's upsetting if you go there the first time, but after you go there a couple of times, you'll be fine with it. So Cal, I've brought you into the Shadow Realm several times, so you should be fine at this point.
Oh, good.
It's usually the first 2 times that someone comes with me. It's not a pleasant experience.
I think my characters have. All right.
Yeah, everyone
Oh my God! It
except for
didn't take you guys
Tiberius.
properly.
It didn't?
I did a copy paste and it like the lighting's finicky sometimes.
I think my first roll of the campaign was the Shadow Realm thing. It's like, oh, I failed a con check and I throw up on myself.
Yeah, so you're good. You've experienced it. You're fine now.
So do I need to do a con check?
You will need to do 1 con save. Usually your first time is not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I'm going to hurl you through a plane and bring you right back as soon as we get there.
You'll be
As soon as my
fine.
sheet
You're a
does,
fighter.
Where the heck are you, Callian?
I'm in like the retirement home, I think.
Yeah, he hasn't been dragged up into the.
My
the
character's in the
group 3.
retirement home list of characters.
There we go.
Well,
Right below Safe Falls retirement home.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, you're not feeling too good. Does your do you have proficiency in con saves?
I don't think so.
Because I wonder if fighters get dex and strength. Is that what they get? Because if you look next to all of your stats, because you rolled just flat Constitution, there is a box next to it that says saving throws. You roll that, not your flat Constitution.
Okay.
But if it's the same thing, then it was the same
Yeah, I know.
result. Yeah. So see, yeah, you have a plus.
Their strength and constitution.
That may have been my fault. I saved his token as he rolled.
Regardless, I'm not feeling great.
No,
But that's okay.
you are vomiting all over the floor of this room, which is next to the room of the guy that you knocked out.
Oh, no. Oh, now I've got questions. Like the last thing we ate was inside Luca's luxurious library. So when you throw up the food that you consume in there, does it immediately disappear when you throw it up?
That's a good question that I don't have an answer to.
I got a metaphysical magic question that I don't know the answer to.
I'm gonna go with it does. As it vomits, it hits the floor,
Yeah.
splashes, and disappears. However, it does leave behind all the stomach acid, which now concentrated, devoid of all of the water, food, juices that came, is now eating away at the floor because it's, concentrated stomach acid.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Yep,
I do.
Yeah, you
My
should
one-
probably clean.
clean that up.
You should probably clean that up then.
Cast clean that up.
Clean that up.
Really? I think all my uses of prestidigitation have been cleaning up after Tiberius. I
And
used
with
it
that-
after he got swallowed by that demon in that big fight.
Every party has that one person. It used to be Ikra.
as he's cleaning it up, Tiberius is gonna say, and once again, my brilliant plan worked wonderfully. We got a tremendous amount of information and put away a horrible man.
No, you really did lead the way here. Good job, Tiberius.
Yeah, well done.
I mean, Nia, what's your name again?
Mia is her name.
Yes.
I think we're probably in a safe place where I don't have to be in character.
By the way, where are we? In a box? What is it?
This is the room
it's a
next to the guy
house.
that you knocked
It's an
out.
apartment
Oh,
in the
okay.
poor part of town. This is a whole living quarters.
We're in a. I don't even see a door.
Well, I hid the
It's
door
right
just
here
because
next
it's kind
to-
of big.
Oh, okay.
But it's right there.
I
I
was-
just have it hidden.
Okay, I was about to say, what? Did we just teleport into like a crawl space?
Yes, I put us in a crawl space. It's perfectly fine. So now we know as soon as they die, the symbol disappears and problems arrive. How wonderful.
So there was some sort of what sounded like a winged demon coming. So like it's a city of 50,000 people. Somebody's
Yes.
gotta die like every day. And then a demon just pops up to go check out what's going on.
It may be a difference of the symbol may track whether the person was killed versus normal means, normal means versus murdered. Because unfortunately, that death was not a clean death. It was not natural.
It was a real
causes.
dirty death.
Person is a
He
bit
was
of
also a noble, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
So-
he gets special demon attention.
Maybe.
It's like some common prostitute died on the side of the street. Like,
Oh, hey, you met a common prostitute. You can go check it out.
I don't want to kill her though. That bitch was awesome.
But now we have to figure out how are we going to get into the castle and find the problem? Are we going to have to dismantle the city bit by bit, or are we going to have to gun ho straight into the citadel itself?
Maybe there are allies we can get. Probably not in this city.
If everyone here is marked, then there's no one that
Yeah.
we could get. We would have to essentially find anyone who isn't marked. But at the same time, that puts us at the risk of, are those demons that don't want the mark themselves?
And then also there's the problem that if they're very high level casters and whatnot, it's going to be very hard for us to like disguise ourselves and go in there. They should be
Yes.
able to see through illusions and stuff like this. So
Even certain creatures with a very powerful sight will be able to see through my changes. They'll be able to see my true form.
yeah, so we might have to actually get ready for a fight of some sort. Maybe we can bait out of the castle, because going in there might be quite dangerous thing to do.
He's got heartburn
Indeed.
just thinking about it.
Yeah, sorry. I was just eating.
Perhaps.
Oh, good. What is that actually a reference to?
I've been watching a lot of the Star Trek Picard, and they're doing the whole thing with the changelings, and they turned into puddles of glue.
No, that's Alex Mack. Thank you very much.
What? Who? What? Huh?
Nobody. Oh, nobody knows Alex
Puddle-
Mack.
No.
Is that a
Um,
Nickelodeon show from the
yes.
90s?
Oh,
I don't
well, I
remember
know
any
that.
details other than like.
I think so. Yeah, no, look, see the secret world of Alex Mack, and she turns into a puddle and can move around as a puddle. That's the whole show. She gets the chemicals dumped on her, and then she can turn into a puddle and move. That's the
Yeah.
whole ability, and the whole show's based around that.
No, so my true form is not that. My true form is this. That's what Cairo looks like normal in his true form. He is not a. His original true form was this appearance, but since he's no longer just changeling, it has become the devil form.
Just imagine if he had gotten his hands on that book too.
We don't want to talk about that book.
bad.
Yes, so we need to figure out what we can do to draw him out. Clearly, killing someone draws out a demon or a creature of some sort. But I feel like you would need to really get the attention of the demon lord in order to bring him out of the castle.
Maybe we have to cause some major distractions in the city around it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Do we really want to like lead into their whole propaganda campaign though? Like, if they keep telling people they're people from the south coming to invade the city, I feel like invading the city is probably not the greatest idea.
That's a good point.
That's a good point, but the problem is, how are we going to deal with the problem here then?
But the main issue is that they have these marks on them and stuff, so like who's to say that like if we take out the main person all the marks go away?
That's
and
true.
People won't be so open to this propaganda.
Then we should maybe we should test to see if we can remove the symbol from people in the first place and see what happens then.
More kidnapping.
We just strategically go around kidnapping.
You can check on that guy next door.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that is. He is an option. He's in the next door. We could see what
Honestly,
happens when we remove his symbol.
Killed by the demons as a traitor, like, just completely ruin this guy's life.
Yeah.
Honestly, we got that guy's mark out. I mean, he could be an ally of ours now.
I don't think he's gonna be an ally since he's now lost his crown jewels.
Yes, and now he doesn't have a mark in a city that you must have a mark in to basically do anything.
Yeah, we heard something coming. We don't know what happened when it arrived.
Exactly. Plausible deniability.
Did it scoop him up and ferret him back to the palace to get a new mark, or was it like, oh, you lost your mark, I'm here to kill you?
No one
World may
knows.
never know.
Well, I feel like we'll probably figure it out eventually. But right now, it's a question.
Let's go back to the inn, see if he's trying to pick up women.
I feel like there's a refractory period a bit longer than 1 hour for that sort of operation. I don't think he's going to be sitting, let alone, headed to the bar. So what's the plan, guys? What are we doing? It's probably close to midnight now. Most of the city is asleep.
Probably try to stay low, hide out, get more information tomorrow.
Yeah, do we know if anyone lives in this little apartment? We don't, do we?
You don't know.
We can assume no one if it's
You could
midnight and
search
then
it and see what you find.
Yeah, let's...
So the bed looks like it hasn't been touched in a while. It's got layers of dust. In the small little chests over in the corner, you find in one of them some papers and documentation about what appears to be a job as a waitress. In the other box, it is actually locked with a metal lock. You do find some sparse makeup, which looks like there's just tiny bits left at the bottom of the bottles. They look like they're grimy on the outside as well. Like maybe they sat in refuse for a while. But they're all placed lovingly with care on a little dresser in front of what looks like if you took like 18, 19 different mirrors that have been broken. You're trying to piece together pieces of them that are left, and kind of like just glued on there with tree sap. That's kind of what's going on.
Like somebody tried to assemble a mirror with pieces of other mirrors.
Yeah, like garbage.
This is the lower district. People and mirrors cost like I think D&D mirrors cost like 25 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So
A sad little room.
Yeah,
You said there was a lock. I hate locks.
there is a lock.
My mortal enemy, locks.
Fine, lock. Holy crap!
cease to exist, Locke.
The lock has been banished to the lock plane.
You've
Wasted a
activated
lot
my
of-
trap card. Destroy lock.
Wasting a lot of 20s out here. What's in the lockbox?
Not a cat.
It's not a cat.
No, not a cat.
Is the cat not neither alive nor dead?
No, neither alive nor dead. What was? Oh, however, in there, you do find what looks like a well-worn and handwritten manuscript to Romance in Rakoge. However, have you seen the book Romance in Rakoge or not? As Cal, have you flipped through it or not?
I don't know if I've read it. Is it a local? Would it reach the far off Elven Kingdom?
It's everywhere.
Oh, then maybe.
It's
bestseller.
basically like it's 50 Shades of Grey. Like that's the equivalent in our world.
Oh, jeez.
So it's
Almost
it's
everybody-
everywhere.
Nice.
If you haven't, then you get no more details about that. You find what looks like fake jewelry, really well done fake jewelry though, and it's kept in a silk scarf, almost as if it was not worth like 2 copper. And the last thing you see in there is a piece of paper with directions from this house to somewhere to that guy's house.
Son of a bitch.
That guy's house? The guy that we just
Yes.
oh.
Oh,
I
she thought she
Oh.
was getting her big break.
got a feeling she's not coming back.
I actually now regret resurrecting him. Callian, do you need me to pay for that use of resurrection?
No, it's fine. I mean, like, we did kill him, so it was our responsibility to bring him back. So
I don't think he should be brought back. I feel like I should
Maybe-
bamf back over there and
No.
kill him.
I always think people should get second chances, and
I
maybe
don't think he gets a second chance.
maybe Lathandra will guide him now that she brought him back. So
I hope if I find him doing something just as bad, Lathandra be damned, I'm going to kill him.
you know, when the people get second chance on life, they usually change.
For I will believe you this time, Galleon.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
trust me, if I see him again and he is just as bad as before,
If you see
I
him
will
again,
not hesitate.
I will pretend I didn't, so you can do what you want.
So now what's the
But-
plan?
Yeah. Well, now's the plan is we can hide out here. I don't know.
But are we gonna go to the guy next door?
I don't know. I can
See
still
if his-
open up my library and we can just sleep there.
Yeah, if we
I mean,
don't
you can
want to
sleep here. It's got a
risk-
lock on the door.
It's one.
Wow, a
bad
trusty lock. Yeah.
for-
I could go to another dimension, or we could hide behind a single lock that was just picked.
I will also obliterate that lock.
I mean, yeah, this door is not unlocked yet. That was the lockbox he unlocked here. We haven't
Yeah.
unlocked the door.
With all her precious thing, Romancer Okage and some crappy jewelry.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. There was 2 silver in there.
I'm
Big
not.
character choice here. Do you take the silver?
2 silver.
This is big turning point
Silver?
for your character.
I really feel like she went to that guy's house and she's never coming home.
I have a bad feeling that either she's still in that house alive or she's dead at this point.
I mean, we can go back and kill everybody. I don't know.
Just go in and just blow up the house.
We came for the demons. We stayed for the kidnappers. Oh,
Do you
God.
want to launch a rescue
Set of
mission for this
skills.
unnamed girl we've never seen before?
There's a lot. I honestly question the character of all the people in that house at this point, and I'd be willing to essentially interrogate every person in there, but we have more pressing matters. We need to figure out how to get rid of these symbols and deal with the demon threat here.
Did you just watch Taken before you wrote up
No.
this session?
I didn't write this session. You wrote this session. All of you. Kyle, you went in and you talked to that guy, and you made me figure out why the fuck that guy was there, and he was rich, and he looked uncomfortable and out of place, and be alone. And I just sat there, and I just had to figure out who the fuck this guy was. And that is who this guy was, apparently. And it has all come from that. That one decision has created the whole session.
Okay.
It's delightful, though. It's an interesting series of events that has happened here. Definitely sidetracked, but that's most of this campaign.
Well, we definitely have to scout out the palace at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do that, but
Oh, we
I don't know if you want to do that now at midnight.
killed that guy.
And then brought him back to life.
Well, yeah.
There is the consideration that you would probably think of if it's daylight. It's going to be a lot of people, all with symbols,
Mhm.
all looking for people without symbols.
So you guys
Because
wanna
they've
go
all
now?
been made. You've been made pretty aware that everybody in the city is scared of the invasion to the south. Like that, the whole marketing ploy was get the symbol to save you from the Crystal King.
Yeah.
And nighttime is the only time that we can move around, essentially.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The night is the home turf for these people. But we could try.
Night may be their home turf, but I can assist in ensuring that they do not have the best advantage.
I mean, I'm not saying one way or another. Just go whatever way you want. But also, just like I feel like your characters as seasoned adventurers would take that into consideration.
Yeah, at this point, because everyone is essentially afraid of outsiders, we're going to be against a whole city of people who are going to be, we're going to be against a city of whistleblowers.
Because
So we
remember
essentially,
Sorry, because remember what happened with Tiberius though, when he was talking to her. Do you remember Tiberius?
What? When I was talking to who?
The guy you guys castrated. When you originally talked to him, he hushed you up, pulled you over, and hid that you had no symbol.
So there are people aware that there are people without symbol.
Yeah. It was a big
But
deal
they-
he made out of it.
They know that it's like, oh, you don't have a symbol?
yeah.
Or I
Yes,
go,
not
"Hi."
to lead you on, just making sure my
Yeah.
acting portrayed what I thought it portrayed.
Yeah.
Well, let's, you guys want to start heading out to go scout the palace?
Sure. Or like, maybe not like the. Well, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess we could go at least search to see if we can find any entrances to the palace.
Yeah, I do. But everybody, let's all agree, because I know someone's gonna get in trouble. Let's all agree we don't go charging in there, because if one of you does it, we're all gonna have to go rescue you.
And, um, why do I feel like this is directed at me?
No, not directed at anyone.
Directed at you.
But let's not just start jumping in there and being like, yeah, I go on a murder spree.
I'm not gonna go on a murder spree, I swear.
That's exactly what a murder spree person would say.
I will point out that as long as there is not a bunch of demons parading around the outside of the castle, I'll be fine.
Okay, then we're good. We get there, there's a demon parade, literally. Oh, wait. Okay, off to the the castle we go, I guess.
Like how now there's
Who's this person?
This is Cairo transformed again.
What the heck?
I will point out my token has 28 different forms.
He's extra.
Where the hell are we?
Good. I'm gonna live the changeling dream, all right?
I mean, you're going full changeling.
So I'm just switching around over and over again.
Never go full changeling.
Never go full change. Technically, I'm not full changeling anymore. I'm a devil now.
Okay, this is gonna be complicated.
We're sneaking around.
1 second, I need to draw a thing.
Oh, I thought you had this map. Sorry. My bad.
I need to draw a line across the book here. Here.
Are you trying to seal off the the legend right there?
That and also cut the map in half.
Ah, fair enough.
Place has a lot of privies.
There we go. Now you guys can go on the meet. Because you guys can only get to the first floor at this point. You guys might want to roll stealth or something, or you guys can just walk around. I mean, whatever you're going to do. Bottom right of the map, though.
Thank you, Greg and Dan from Patreon. Look at
I
this.
know,
Yeah,
right?
thank you, Greg and Dan. Much appreciated.
I don't have to
And we're all
make my
trying to
own
be
maps that
stealthy,
way.
right?
Yeah, so I feel like we should probably stealth, even though. Yeah, probably should stealth here.
There we go.
My beer your thing's being weird.
I think
Not your
we're good
fault.
now.
There we go. Alright, so what are you guys doing? You have come to the palace.
I don't remember what my name
However,
is.
as you
yeah, there is.
approach the outskirts of the palace grounds, Italian, you feel uncomfortable as a motherfucker.
This is a extremely dark place.
Like, imagine like the reluctance you would have to jump in a hole in the ice in the middle of winter. That is the level of aversion you have to this place.
Yeah, Callian will let the group know this is a dark place. I feel very uncomfortable here.
Not surprising.
Actually,
seeing
Callian,
this
do you have
place-
any holy symbols on you?
Yes.
They are destroyed
What?
upon stepping onto the grass.
This is the
Oh
opposite
god,
of
that means my holy symbols are destroyed too.
this is the opposite of hallowed ground. This is unhallowed ground.
Because I'm carrying 3 holy symbols on me.
Crack, crack, boom.
Oh boy.
Shrapnel.
I have some holy water. Can I put some like drops on the floor? What happens? Nothing happens, or
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would happen in that instance. It vaporizes into holy water vapor.
Ooh, holy water vapor. Nice. This is good for your sinuses, everybody.
Breathe it in.
Cairo immediately plugs his nose.
Good for toxic clouds.
Yeah, didn't we use this back in the
They're
other session?
anti-Cairo clouds.
We did this.
Want
in the other
Cairo to
session,
leave?
yeah.
Put holy water in a humidifier. If
Wait,
you want
didn't
Cairo
you
never
guys
to walk
do that
into a
to the
room.
Crayolanite place?
Yeah, they
didn't
did
you
that to
just
the
consecrate
Crayolanite
all the water
place?
and then turn it into water?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
This is something that keeps coming up, and Cairo is just like, God, every time.
So what are you guys doing?
We'll just look around. Luca's open to looking around, but Callian's like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'll be useful.
If you don't think you're going to be able to get close, just keep back and support us if we need it.
Okay, so just like, at a quick glance, there's a lady sitting right here.
Yes.
Does she look uncomfortable, or like she's aware that this place is inhabited by
knitting.
demons? Okay.
And the other lady is crocheting. And they're just sitting there and they appear to be talking to each other.
Are they talking about the grandsons? No? Is that deep cut?
Roll perception.
I was like kind of joking about that, but okay.
Why not?
That's the oh, you're rolling so.
Well, I was still, I didn't roll stuff for Luca.
Yeah.
They're talking about how much safer the town is at night with all the things that the green one's son has been able to do in the last couple of years. It was hard to get that legislation pushed through, but he finally got it through, and now everybody's safe from the Crystal King. And then the red one says, yes, I've heard so many tales about the Crystal King. Did you hear that he's feeding his citizens blood to vampires? Oh my gosh, really? And that sort of thing.
That is true, no?
Damn it, Al.
It's true. It is true. But I'll also point out that the people who were, as Alvin has stated out loud to all of you, the people who are basically are acting as cattle essentially live a much healthier and better life than they did before. So, because Alvin himself has ensured that is the case.
Oh yeah, no, Alvin's done a fucking great job with save falls. But Alvin may also be the largest threat that the demons perceive to their taking over the world at the moment, so.
Yeah, I am very much a problem.
Is the mayor's mom.
It is the mayor's mom.
Nailed it.
Lady in green, got it.
She knits.
The other crochets. Just two old ladies in a palace at night.
It's almost midnight. Why are they doing still up? They should have gone to bed at dinner time. And this point of view thing is mess with me.
Right? You see three men seated around a table. There's papers strewn about. Their fingers look like they're covered in ink. They look tired and worn thin.
Are they writing plays?
They're not writing plays.
I mean, that is our only experience with these demons. That they like to write plays.
They write plays. They
And
High
clothes.
fashion.
help
High
with those,
fashion.
make clothing.
I honestly feel really bad for that ghost.
I know, right?
I would like to say that if Alvin is able to find her, he wants to help her reopen her shop.
That's gonna probably require some. You hit me up and we'll figure out a time, because that's gonna require to figure out how fucking. Those are not easy to come by crystals.
Yeah, like even if it means he's just gonna delegate people to work on it because he himself can never see them, but he feels bad that cheap
Yeah, he could
lost.
do that. He could just replace her, like give her people to work according to her dictation. Could work.
Yeah, because I feel bad for her.
Yeah, we'll maybe have a mini-sode where that gets discussed. It'll be interesting. All right. So what are we doing?
Cairo's like, what precisely do we want to look for? And are we trying to barge in? Or are we just trying to see if there's what we can learn here?
Every mission is a stealth mission until it's not.
Huh.
I'm just
Fair
trying to
point.
see what we can see by peering through the windows now. I don't know what this thing is.
Right,
That's a
What?
guy. It's a guard.
Oh,
Like,
And he's
are there any
weird.
windows
and
on
he's
the
pull
back?
and you see him and he's pulling up his pants and redoing his belt.
God damn it.
He was just in the bathroom.
could have been.
Couldn't have been.
And you see a woman kneeling on the ground behind two storage
Ah.
shelves, between two storage
Ah.
shelves.
He was not using the bathroom.
She was tying her shoes, okay? Relax. While this is all going on, Luca is going to cast See Invisibility on himself. So for 1 hour, as he's looking around, he can see anything that might be invisible, just in case something's sneaking up on us.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind. Just in case. I don't know if you have some sneaky things around us.
It's almost like you've played this game before.
Yeah, but he's he's keeping track of the other two, just slightly behind them, letting them go first.
I don't like these noises that we keep hearing.
They're in the distance.
Doesn't mean I can't not like them.
It's just stray cats, don't worry.
Oh yeah, cats.
The musical.
Yes.
Oh, those cats. No, now it makes sense.
So
Yeah,
Cal,
very
through the
incredibly
window,
unsettling.
through the window, you see a man working his sausage and a large oven behind him.
Oh, that must be this window.
Yes, and another guy with a large butcher's cleaver, and you see a hock of ham on the table that's being processed.
To the other side, and oh, is that a guard in front of me?
Where are you? Yeah,
At the
you may not
very
want to go
top.
that way. That's a guard.
Oh no, it's a guard. But can I see
Oh,
anything
fine.
about? Can I see anything about these people as I like come around this corner?
You just see some people in real fancy clothes drinking tea.
Okay, little jelly.
Incredibly busy for midnight.
A lot
I have a feeling.
Okay.
I feel like this is because of the case of the. Clearly, this is the work of demons here.
This city is called the city that never.
Is it called the city that never sleeps?
This one or New York, I forgot. One of those two. And that's in character. New York's a place in our universe.
It is, yes. Who is in this room? Meta?
1 second, I'm trying to move around and such. You see a rather rotund man, and why can I not find? Okay, there we are. With a clutching a book and writing furiously in another book that's on the table. You see 2 golden lion statues, one in each corner of the room.
I'm immediately distrustful of the Golden Lion statues. Is he the 4th person we've seen inside this place furiously writing?
Yes.
Does anyone write non-furiously?
Is there anyone calmly writing?
Calmly writing, no.
Gently writing?
No, not in these places that you've been.
Peacefully writing?
It's midnight. The kitchen staff is making a meal, and there's like 4 people writing their hearts out.
Yep,
I
and
don't
a
know
couple
what's going on.
and a couple people who are getting busy.
Yeah.
They might be the most normal people.
And through the atrium, you see a whole bunch of people, more than is represented here. But about half of them turn and look at you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh God.
I feel uncomfortable with the fact that I rolled a 31 stealth and they can still see me.
They have line of sight. And they
Yeah,
have
but-
some other things going on.
They're inside in the light and I'm outside in the dark. It is dark, right? Still nighttime? I hear
It is
crickets.
dark. Not that it matters for what they have.
Well, they probably
If they have,
sense. Yeah.
yeah.
They got something. There's a reason they can. Out of character, as an aside, it's not just that they are people that can see you. There is a reason they can see you that I am not telling you. Continue.
Hey, gang, I think at least I am in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
And one of them
Your cover
starts to raise their arm to point.
I would not. If your cover's blown, I would not stand there. I would move if I were you.
Yeah. Stay or go. Stay or go.
We need to go. We're not here to fight them right now. Retreat now.
All right. Like I don't know what's to the north of us. There's like the solid black wall. I'm real fast. I can run real quick.
I can as well.
I'm not West fast. But I'm fast.
Well, Wes is like unhumanly fast.
Yeah, because
I
but
think we
he
did the
that's
math
because
once.
yeah.
So you guys retreat back into the city. Where do you retreat to?
Right, yeah. Where are we gonna head?
Well, I mean, we're about closing on the end anyway, so where are we gonna end this?
We can go into the library if we need to.
Find a plate. Or are we gonna go back to that apartment and go in the library?
Yeah,
Library
put
from the
library in
apartment.
Honestly, not the worst idea.
Yeah, it's that way we just don't have to worry about someone seeing the invisible door if we're inside that apartment.
Quick to the apartment.
To the apartment. Diddle-diddle-diddle.
And we are back, as the party has done a lot and seen a lot and had quite the adventure today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for playing, and we will see you next week.